There's a stretch of land between Charleston and Savannah where the tides move slow, but the stories run deep. They call it the Lowcountry, and this is Lowcountry Unscripted. We're not here for headlines. We're here for heart, for the fishermen and the founders, the chefs, the hustlers, the hometown heroes, the people who make this region more than just a postcard. It's voices from the docks, the dirt roads, the dive bars, and the back porches where truth gets told. No filters, no edits, no bull, just raw Southern stories told straight up. This is the real Lowcountry, and these are its people. Lowcountry Unscripted, stories that built the Lowcountry, powered by Coastal Solutions Media. Broadcasting from the Coastal Solutions Media Studios in Hardyville, South Carolina, here are your hosts, Brian and Gina Pierce.
Hey, Lowcountry, welcome back to Lowcountry's Unscripted, stories that built the Lowcountry. My name is Brian. Today, you'll know why. She's to my left. Say hello, baby.
Today, we've got some very special guests with us.
Hello, baby.
And
you just heard one of them. So today, we are honored to sit with Ron and Beth Angner, the parents who have turned the unimaginable heartbreak into a mission of love and legacy. Their daughter, Jillian, was taken far, far too soon. But her story now fuels a movement of awareness, healing, and change. Ron and Beth join us to share Jillian's stories, the lessons learned through tragedy, and the hope that they are carrying forward for her and her son, Aiden. So with that, Lowcountry, we've called them out. They have become friends that have turned into family. It touches me greatly. So with that, I am honored to welcome Ron and Beth Angner to the show.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good.
Hello, fam.
Good odd afternoon. Like the weather's all weird.
Yeah, been
Oh, yeah.
rainy.
Can't stop raining. But glad to have you guys here. Glad you could make
We're
it.
glad to be here.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while. So
This is the first of
yeah,
several in this series.
yes. So
More surprises to come.
not too long ago. Let's see. It's about 1:00 at noon. Lowcountry, the Law and Crime Fix with Angenette Levy has been posted, and you will see Ron and Beth on there. They're going to share Jillian's story, Angenette style, which direct questions. And as you know, here we are Lowcountry Unscripted. So, no question. Yeah, you can go ahead and watch that. And we try not to really bang anybody home with some questions that catch them out of or catch them by surprise or.
I don't like to be caught with my pants down.
Yeah. Nobody likes that, do they?
Before 9.
And nothing surprises me anymore.
We just go with it.
Guys, I got to ask you, how'd you feel about being you're in the national spotlight now. So this has gone from, we started the foundation, I think, I think the page was good.
5, 6 weeks ago.
About right when we started this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right before the 4th of July, maybe?
what'd you guys think of Angenette and Law and Crime? And
She was great. Jordan was great. Yeah.
It's an amazing show.
yeah,
And
they're a good crew.
It went from total surprise on, I think, the 26th of June, the day after the trial, when Beth's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
She goes, "Get in here." She was listening to Law and Crime because it's one of her
what I do.
favorite podcasts. Yep.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Beforehand, you were already into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still butt naked in bed and get in here. This is about us.
Yeah.
And it was all
Oh,
about. It was our story. They
Well, you
I
hate
can't
to be
believe they
watching the
aired it.
news and that be the case. It's about us.
Yeah,
But for this case, we're a little different because now we're driving awareness and such. So,
yeah, and to have them care enough to bring us on was a special treat.
Yeah. We were just a little concerned because some of the things they said made it sound a little different than how things went down. So we just wanted to set the record straight because.
yeah, let's talk about a few of those things.
Yeah.
Because maybe I know a lot of people have seen that video. It was sent to me. It was I didn't even see it, and I'm running the foundation, and so it was sent to our BNI group, and so I know. I'm glad you posted that earlier because it's so true that those people just turned into my family. So
yeah, they rallied around us too.
Yeah,
in a
that's
big way.
there's such a support group.
We
in
had
all
a
ways.
meal train.
From here to Charleston, we had like even Charleston people helping us with stuff. It was
People cutting our
it was
lawn,
great.
doing our
The
bushes.
Kirby's
You need that
bringing
kinda stuff
Monica
done, yeah.
home and
Somebody volunteered to clean the house. We're like,
yeah, fold laundry.
no. Oh yeah, somebody wanted to fold
Cassandra?
laundry.
Yeah.
Let Cassandra's team do it. They're coming this week.
Yeah. So anyhow, so on there.
my underwear.
It's all right.
I'd say thanks, but
So on there, on the video that they had on that they first put out, there was a few inaccuracies, and one of them I felt pretty strongly about. I know you guys did, which was the fact that they had reported that Aiden's father was Jillian's ex-husband, which is false. Yeah.
Right.
yeah, it was a long story, but yeah, we wanted to set that record straight because Aiden's dad wasn't involved at all in her life, and Aiden didn't even know who he was, and Jillian had been married and then had gone through divorce, and he wasn't even the ex-husband wasn't around either, so we didn't want anyone to get the wrong idea because we didn't want those two people to be looked at in a negative way.
Well,
Yeah,
the person
and
I
the-
didn't want to get the wrong idea is Aiden when he jumps on
Sure.
YouTube and does
Yeah.
a search for his mom or does anything that he
in
was
10
involved
years
in.
or something, and we're gone, and then he'll be like, they lied to me.
He's got a bunch of role confusion. Yeah.
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 So
And they also reported at the trial that they didn't really look into the ex-husband, and none of that was true. I mean, law enforcement did look into him, and he had a solid alibi, and he wasn't part of it. And there's a
even-
really small part of us that thought maybe.
They dug deep.
But-
They looked at a lot of people. I mean, we gave them a couple names because they wanted like everybody.
Yeah, they
that we
wanted
could think
anybody
of.
we could think of that
Sure.
might have been
And
involved.
There were people we forgot. There was a girl from high school who had
Bullied
threatened her and who had done some time in jail. And they pull up this girl's mugshot and show me. They're like, "What about her?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
where'd
I
she
forgot
come
about
from?
her."
Yeah, where'd she
Yeah,
come from?
but I
Yeah.
mean,
But it was so long ago, and
we knew it wasn't her, obviously. But they looked everywhere, every nook and cranny. They looked.
I mean, did it feel like that though when you guys suspected John Patrick
Immediately.
from the get-go? It just seems. I mean, he was on their radar, but it sounds like there were some other people that were strongly on the radar, which I don't know. I mean, I know quite a bit about this case.
Mhm.
I think they just had to do their due diligence, and they had to find the proof that they needed. I don't know. I mean, just because people are on the radar, I don't think that means they're high on the
They
suspect
needed
list.
to make sure the defense attorney couldn't say, "Look over here, look over there."
Well, and the police, the detectives always look for a preponderance of evidence to go
Yes.
ahead and so they can prosecute somebody with
and not lose a case.
and not they don't want to hand a case over to the state that's weak
Yeah.
and so
And
this
I will say, like Aiden, when it was on the 911 call, I asked him if he saw who did it, and he thought he saw a black truck, and Jillian's ex-husband drove a black truck. So I told them, I said that, I'm not going to say his name, but he drove a black truck when I was talking to the police. I said, but I don't think he would have done this because he would never have done anything like that to Aiden. He loved Aiden. And as mad as he was at Jillian, he wouldn't have done that to Aiden. But the only reason was the black truck. And then it turns out the truck wasn't even black. It was very dark green. But Aiden thought it was black.
yeah.
And that's all he saw. And he didn't see the shooter. He just
well,
saw the truck.
the other witness that saw it said it was a black truck too.
Yeah,
I mean,
everybody.
it was
It
you
looked
know,
on the video. We saw
dawn.
the video. It looked black.
yeah, it was like a really, really dark green.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm not answering your
I think you'll like the question that I have.
Okay.
I don't throw anybody off by any means, but obviously you all have told this story so many times. For any of our listeners or whomever that is watching this, tell me about Jillian. Besides the tragedy of it all, let's bring it back to her as a person. Tell me, if anything, what she was like, because that sometimes, I'm not going to say it gets lost when a tragedy like this happens, but for someone like myself who never met her and only knowing you all, I want to know more about just who she was as a person.
some of that we can't even answer. I mean, I just met somebody the other day who knew her from the pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us are different people at work because we have to be, right? You got to put on that face and put on that smile.
Absolutely.
But I think Jillian was genuinely happy when she was helping other people, especially at the pharmacy. And that was one of her happy places. And, I also believe that was because of the environment she was in.
Yeah.
The Ulmer family is just a wonderful family, called her an adopted Ulmer. And
they treated her, and they treat us that way, and they treat Aiden that way, still to this day.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I will continually bump into people when I'm wearing a shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and they tell me stories from the pharmacy, and I'm so thankful to hear them, because if she was alive, I would never hear those stories,
Sure.
Yeah.
right? I mean, because I won't even be wearing the shirt, they're not going to know who I am. But, and that's, I guess, a lesson to everybody. I mean, I don't know how you would pull that information out of people, but it would be nice to hear those things while your loved ones are still around.
Absolutely.
And when they're down and everybody goes through moments, you can lift them up with a story of somebody that they really helped. And again, I wouldn't know those stories if this didn't happen, because people wouldn't talk to me.
And she was your oldest? Was she your oldest daughter?
Yeah.
So first
Yeah,
in line.
it was tough for Sydney to outgrow her older sister. That was hard last year.
She's older than Jillian.
Those are big
No.
shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Sydney's got bigger feet.
Oh.
She does, actually.
Yeah,
And I met Monica too. I love her.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
And
sure
they're
I'll
so
love Sydney too.
different, yeah.
I just got like a really good feeling when I met Monica, and I was just like, "Come with me, let me talk to you."
Her birthday is tomorrow. She'll be 22.
Happy birthday.
Double two.
Remember 22, Brian? I
I
barely
do.
remember.
I do.
Barely
Nice.
remember.
I
22.
can barely remember 52, and that was only 4 years
Yeah, we don't talk too much about my 22s.
ago.
I barely remember him.
Yeah, that was the last year. Remember the last year of my just being able to party. And
Did you have
'cause
two kidneys in 22?
I did.
You did?
You
I
Okay.
had
used them
two,
greatly.
but when I was 23, that's when I was diagnosed with my first bout of cancer. So, yeah, it's something else. It's changed my life. We wouldn't be sitting here if it weren't for it. So,
Yeah.
Life-changing stories.
let me ask you guys. So, there's a lot of people out there that, of course, there's a ton of stuff on social media where people have said that Jillian was just such an incredible person. Lots of people knew her from the pharmacy. She had a great network of friends. Tell us, before it was March 3rd, 3rd,
Second.
March 2nd.
March 3rd's my birthday.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
that's pretty great.
before March 2nd, at about 7:15 in the morning, what was there anything that led up to this? Was there anything?
The break-in, definitely.
And how much before that was before March? When did that
October,
happen?
November.
The break-in was in November. He broke into the pump house in October. The night she broke up with him.
He knocked over our well pump
Yeah,
or our
like-
well storage tanks.
Jillian got up in the morning. She's like, "Mom,
There's
the
no
water's
water."
not working." And sometimes the well would stop working, and we'd have to go in and flick
Like
a switch or
yeah.
whatever.
I'm
But
like,
the whole thing, like the big tanks had fallen over, and
yeah, how do these 70-pound
just-
tanks just fall over?
just
And it's
weird.
stupid us
bizarre.
just thought they fell over. Oops, I guess one fell and knocked into the other one, and that's what happened. We had no idea that it was him, but later on we suspected.
Yeah, I had my buddy over to fix them. He goes, "These didn't just
that
fall
doesn't
over."
happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
that doesn't happen. And
Yeah.
then
He's like, "There's no way they just fell over."
Random
And if
act
there's
of
liquid in
falling.
them, they're gonna roll because of the
Yeah.
surge in the tank.
yeah, it did look like one fell into the other one, but I don't know. And we didn't have cameras in the backyard, so we
So
Yeah,
almost
see.
5-6 months goes by, and then I mean, did you guys ever see him in the area? I mean, did you ever feel like you were being, like, the place was being cased aside from him?
Not really. He kept a pretty low profile. He kept pretty quiet. She did see him. She ran into him a couple times here and there when she'd go out with her friends. I know
He followed her to Savannah.
one time they were in
They
Savannah.
went out to a bar and he followed her, and
he got thrown out.
because he
wouldn't leave her
basically
alone.
attacked her.
So I say that to say this, like, Jillian was a loving girl. She was respected in our community. It's really hard to stomach. It's hard to conceptualize the fact that a person like this was stalked, and months went by, and then she was executed by her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With her child in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he broke in,
What was it with him? What do you think? I mean,
he was a wacko.
His wife left
what led to
him.
this downhill
Oh, so he was
slide?
married before.
He had been married.
See, I didn't do a
Yeah.
deep dive on him because he makes me ill.
I didn't know
And-
either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had been married. His wife left him. Actually, Jillian, they worked at a restaurant in Bluffton. I'm not going to name the restaurant, but they worked there. And Jillian worked there for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe a couple months she worked there. And they both worked there with her. So she knew him and his ex-wife. The ex-wife left him. And I don't know if she left him for a woman or she wound up with a woman, but she's not with a woman anymore, and now she has a kid. But anyway, at some point, like during the divorce, she was hooking up with like this a woman, and so I'm sure if she left him for her, that probably could have caused some mental anguish on his part. But he also, I'm sure he dabbled in drugs and things because I think they had said that they found some stuff in his house, but his mom had reported an incident where he had pulled a gun on his brother and threatened to kill him. So he was not.
He wasn't stable.
Yeah, we didn't get to hear about that in court, did we? When he was striking for his life.
Yeah.
When they were
No,
up
we
there
would have heard
rallying for
about
him.
that if it went a little bit longer. That was coming out because
Yeah.
there was a letter that his mom wrote saying that she was really concerned about his mental well-being after he pulled the gun.
And she said she tried to get the police to do something about it, and they wouldn't do anything. But she also could have admitted him or gotten him help outside of the law enforcement. You know, it's not up to the police to get mental health.
Yeah,
for
you
your
can
kid.
Google
You could,
therapy.
yeah, you can get a
find
therapist.
a bunch
or
of them in
something.
the area.
Yeah, but all she did
Yeah, your
was,
family can commit you.
Yeah,
I mean, for law enforcement to do it,
Right.
judge got to sign off on
Right.
it. So
so she's just blaming the cops because they wouldn't like haul him off then and there.
Yeah, because
but,
she didn't want to take the extra responsibility
right,
to
'cause
do it
then,
herself.
you know, her liquor fund would go down.
yeah.
Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry.
So
It's
anyway,
all right.
so
You
like,
have every
because
right
I
to.
was there in the courtroom when they were up there, rah for him not to get life plus 50, which is what he got. And it was just, I mean, I haven't heard a lot of those in my life, but I've heard enough.
Yeah.
And that was even his little banter he went on was just empty.
Yeah.
Awful.
It was empty. It was cold. It was, and if you haven't seen it, folks, look at the Island Packet got out there. It's all over. Take a look at it, and you tell me what you think. I think that was him saying, "I don't think it is out there." When he was pleading for his life, that was when he stood up at 8:30 in the morning and said, "Hey, look, I did it." Right?
No, they did post that. They did post that whole
I think Evan
soliloquy that he did.
has tape of it.
He made it sound like he had a momentary lapse in judgment. Like, I had a mental break. I didn't mean it.
But he planned it.
Planned it for months
Mhm.
and hired somebody. He hired a person to do it. Like, that's not a mistake. He said, it's the biggest mistake of my life. But he spent a lot of time and energy planning this whole thing. He bought a ski mask. So he was, no one could identify him. He left
Yeah, and
his
let the
car
Lowcountry know
parked.
how much he paid the driver.
Yeah, $1,500.
$1,500. It
Yeah.
doesn't even get a 1-bedroom apartment rent here in
That's
Hardyville
right.
now.
That's
So,
right. I
think
don't
about that,
believe for a
folks.
minute that went towards his rent. Just saying. I'm pretty sure that went somewhere else. But
Yeah, probably not.
and he didn't donate $1,500 to Aiden's fund or anything, right? That we know
Not
of.
that
He
I
So,
should.
yeah. So
He should. Yeah.
$1,500, and and that's all.
If that driver, if you're out there and you're listening to this, hey,
Yeah. And you
Do
know
what you
what the
can do.
kicker is? His brother, his youngest brother, is the same age as Aiden. Same age. So he knew.
Wow.
He knew.
Yeah.
How
He said he thought he was going to a drug deal. Huh?
Right. But after the shooting and he saw them in the car, he went home and
How do you
slept that
explain
night.
the $1,500
Yeah,
over to John Patrick? I
Yeah.
wonder.
He slept that night pretty well, I guess. Cause
And
he
I'm on
certainly didn't
Ron's.
call the cops.
Yeah, and I'm on Ron's side with this. Hopefully.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he got a deal. I mean, even though the state says he didn't, I don't know, because there should be some sort of liability there. on
There's
his
a
part.
law in South Carolina. It's called the hand of one. I think the hand of one is the hand of all.
It is.
So
It's if you if you take part in the crime,
Yeah.
you're just as culpable for the crime as the person
Just
who
like
committed
the
it.
kids that shot DJ Fields and the two kids in the car with
Yeah,
him.
that's what you were
Have they
talking
found
about
his
the other day.
memorial?
And
yet?
let's get that
Yeah, let's talk-
memorial
yeah.
back. Someone knows something.
Yeah.
Hello, that is so
Just
ridiculous.
put it. Just hey, if you got it, put it back.
Yeah, where's the bench?
mean-
where's
It's
the
a bench?
cross? It's a
Okay,
bench.
I was
it's a
not sure what it
cross
was.
With huge wings. I mean,
Beth is friends with his
where
mom.
is it?
Who is? Oh,
Yeah, she told me.
Yeah.
Who is?
Kima.
Beth,
Oh,
Your
Beth.
wife.
Yeah.
your wife.
Yeah, and
Who?
she
that pretty lady next to you.
and she's such an amazing person too, and that family does not deserve
I can't.
what
believe
happened. It was
that
her
they stole
birthday
it.
weekend too that this happened. So
Boy, that sounds
Like,
familiar.
what do you do with it? You put it in your garage?
right,
Like,
someone knows something. Where is it?
Did you
Come
know them
forward.
beforehand? Or
We met them through a grief thing.
okay.
So the
yeah.
answer was no.
Yeah,
So
no.
yeah, so
we knew
they,
of DJ though, of course, and Jillian knew of DJ too.
did these happen around the same time?
No,
No.
his was the year prior, and Monica went to school with DJ as well.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
but you know, someone knows something. So
I don't
hopefully
remember
that
exactly what
reward
happened in
fund
his story.
is-
Was he shot?
Yeah, he was driving with
He
his
was
friends,
assassinated.
and
They
they
was
thought it was someone
a
else's
gang-related thing.
mistaken identity. I don't think it was gang related, but it was mistaken identity. This group of people were looking for this dude, and they thought
That
that
he
this
was
DJ
car
was
had
the
him
dude.
in it,
Yeah.
but it was the wrong person, wrong car, wrong person, and this whole group of kids just went after him. And,
Man, I didn't
Young
really have
kids.
that going on around this place.
and as a matter of
yeah.
fact, he had the same doctor. Well, the doctor that testified in his trial, or at least in one of his trials, because they had several trials, was the doctor that we worked with Jillian at Memorial.
Oh,
He was really nice.
yeah. Since you brought it up,
Yeah.
we didn't discuss this in the beginning, but when Jillian was shot by John Patrick Shea
Mhm.
in a drive-by with Aiden in the car, she was airlifted. Well, she went to Coastal first.
Coastal first.
Yeah, and then they gave her an evac transport to Savannah Memorial. I
$41,000 for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
$41,000. Yeah.
yeah, the fuel was probably 11 grand.
Yeah, probably.
That's part of the bill. But anyhow, well, let's talk about that because this is really interesting. It's not out there. Nobody knows about this. So Lowcountry, get ready. Tell us about your experience at Memorial. I want to know about tell us what was the patient you were going there to see? It was your daughter, but
Oh, Portland, Bosnia.
Portland, Bosnia. And why was it Portland, Bosnia?
Before they had anybody under arrest, she had to be, or had to use a secret identity.
And
they
even
were still out there.
yeah, and even when they arrested John Patrick, they still kept her
They
name.
still did
Yeah.
because they didn't even know if they had the right person
Correct.
at first, and also the driver was still out there. So
And that was they asked us if we wanted to keep the name, and we
Yeah.
did.
and we didn't want people to, look.
We
her
also
up and
didn't
stuff.
want, people who really didn't know her just to come in to get a story.
Right.
I mean, this is our daughter who's unconscious, so
Yeah.
just leave her alone. It was better that nobody knew where she is.
We didn't
where
let
she
people
was.
visit a very small number of her friends who we knew and trusted were allowed to see her, and then some other friends that we didn't. Well, I mean, we knew them and trusted them, but we just didn't want a parade of people in and out of there, so we kept it very, very, very limited. And there were even family members that did not get to see her.
But I
at
mean,
all.
think about the circumstances, right? I mean, she had a bullet go through her cheek and come out her neck. I mean, who do you want to see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, 5 months is a long time.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
long time. 5 months and 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know Ron's got. I think that you could probably get the hours down. I know you had the days in the courtroom. So which was impressive. And I just want to say, what during that 5 months had to be the hardest time of your guys' life, and your marriage, and trying to keep the family together.
Not our marriage.
Not
I
our
think
marriage, no.
Well, I mean, no, I mean your marriage changed then.
It
Your
could go
relationship.
either way, though. It really could. You know, like I'm not saying like for
Nerves are
us
stretched.
it was okay because our foundation
One
I
heart.
think was strong. But if we didn't have that strong foundation, I mean, other couples probably could have.
Just
you know.
tooting your own horn?
No,
She's
tooting your
tooting
own
yours.
horns, but
No, she's the foundation.
Yeah,
not
so
me. I'm
everything
old.
changed in
are.
this 5 months.
Well,
The one thing that didn't change was Jillian's condition. Can we talk about that?
yeah, it changed a little.
Well, for the
Slightly.
record, she died in the ambulance, and she was resuscitated.
Mhm.
By
But-
the awesome EMT Carrie.
Yes, Carrie.
Carrie's
Shout out, Carrie.
Yes, we
She
love
must be
her.
with Bluffton Hilton Head Fire and Rescue, or Bluffton Fire and Rescue.
Buford, I think.
Oh, Beaufort.
Well, I don't know.
I know she moved a couple of times,
Yeah, she
but
moved
I
a
don't.
couple times.
I don't know who she.
But she
worked
was
for.
amazing.
She was amazing. She kicked me out when I. So I was at a BNI meeting when
That's
I
right.
got the text message from Beth, and it was really. It was unusual that my phone was face up, because normally my phone is face down. I'm in a BNI meeting. I'm not supposed to be looking at my phone. And I don't know why that day I had my phone face up, but it was face up, and I got the text message that I heard gunshots. Please come home right now.
Yeah.
And when I got to the end of the street, it was blocked off by the sheriff's department. I just drove by that motherfucker. Parked in front of the.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, I said,
It's my family. Leave.
and then I jumped out of my car and ran. For some reason, the ambulance door was open, and I ran up the steps into the ambulance, and Carrie came, pushed me back down the steps, and slammed the door in my face like she should have done.
She could take him any day. You should see her.
Oh yeah,
So they resuscitated her, but when she was in the hospital, I mean, there was no improvement, just downhill. It was a downhill slide. I mean, I guess what led up,
Little.
what finally, I mean, they
we
took
were
her off
watching
life
her
support.
brain. No, well, any parent out there of a child older than 18, I would encourage you
Oh gosh, yes.
to get a living will with your child. You do not want to have to make the decision
Yeah.
to take your child off life support.
And have a conversation too, so because we didn't know what she would have wanted. We
That's
didn't-
strong.
we
That's
didn't
valuable
know
information.
that. Yeah, and you can have, paperwork you can have signed so that you can take care of them and their financial needs if they become incapacitated.
Right, which
College
was the other
students,
thing.
it's a good idea if you're
Mhm.
sending your kids off to college, get that paperwork done.
But-
You guys need to do that for Jack. Get that
Yeah.
paperwork.
And you guys
'cause
are
once
still
they turn
dealing with
18,
this
yeah, once they
paperwork.
turn 18,
Next year.
you're out of
The time
you're out
that
of
we
it.
had to spend and money on an attorney just to be
Attorneys.
able to make decisions for her, because she couldn't
Yeah.
make them on her own.
Yeah,
I mean, like care in the hospital.
right.
It
Because
was
she was over 18.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
So
even
now-
had to send a guy to her bedside to verify that she couldn't sign the papers.
Yeah,
It
I
was
wanted to
Wow,
kick
they
him
need,
right in
they
his
need that
nuts.
verified.
Yeah. And we had and
Yeah, look, her hand.
different
It doesn't move.
Look, when she's on a ventilator and I'm sure she was on all kinds of narcotics to keep her into a comatose state.
She was on fentanyl.
of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You're
he
like,
did
I
not.
was asleep.
fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I saw fentanyl, I was like, "What?" I didn't.
yeah, I was on it
realize.
for 12 years.
Were you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, the maximum dose.
That freaked
He
me
wasn't
out.
asleep.
Oh my gosh.
He was awake.
No, I had to be. I functioned on it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a horrible drug. I mean, if
Yeah.
somebody even picked up one of my patches, you're probably gonna overdose. Let
Yeah.
alone I put it on for 2 days, 3 days,
Wow.
and I put 2 of them on, one on this arm, one on this arm.
I've seen like
But it's
cops
awful,
get
but
laid
yeah,
out
it'll-
flat with that stuff.
Yeah, if they
can-
you just
have
get a
pens.
snifflet of it. So, but it's strong stuff. But so I mean that right there is a state where you can't sign a contract. All right, you don't know that out there. So somebody else has got to make a decision for you. But what it boils down to is, it probably wasn't the state laws in Georgia, was it? It was more or less that it was a.
I think that's across the board when you turn 18. But they did try to change her residency from South Carolina to Georgia
Yeah, I called it the witch's den.
and the coven. And we had to
Got it.
hire attorneys to put a stop to that because they wanted to send her like 5.5 hours away
To an assisted living place
Right.
to rot. I'm like, no.
No.
in Colquitt, Georgia.
Mm-mm.
And we, Ron's parents went to her every day. They went to see her every day. Ron went every day. I went a couple times a week. Her sisters went quite often. Her friends went quite often. Other family members, aunts and uncles. My dad went. So if she had been shipped out to Colquitt, Georgia, I don't think like
Should have been alone.
anybody could have gone. Just keep up with her and make sure things were going okay. And so they had tried to. They told us because she had been there for so many days that they were allowed to change her residency. And we were freaking out.
Yeah, I would have been like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent many a day driving in, talking to various people around the state to try to prevent that move and get her into a rehab facility.
And that's where BNI came in handy too for us because our network is far and wide. With
I know.
BNI.
It's awesome.
And so many people were, giving us advice and help. And that was.
Yeah,
that
you
was
must have had a
really
hell of a
amazing.
legal team.
I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have BNI, really, because we didn't know what we were doing.
I don't know what I would be doing right now if I didn't have BNI.
Yeah.
I think everybody in this room can. I mean, it's so amazing.
It's so important.
I
and
can't
such-
say enough good about the
yeah.
place.
Yeah.
We have
And
lots of good people, lots of great connections.
Yeah.
We have made so many friends, and
I'm
they're
not technically even
just
in it.
unbelievable people. So BNI does a great job at vetting their members, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Best investment we ever made.
I bet.
Even my $41,000 house is not as good as an investment as BNI
What about
was.
that pop and ring?
Yeah, that too.
Oh, did you
It
get
is
a deal
awfully
on a ring?
sparkly.
Huh?
You got a deal on a ring?
No.
No, we just sold the diamond because we want to put in another pool.
Oh,
No.
no.
We didn't sell any diamonds.
We're fine with that.
I did find a pair of emerald earrings yesterday, though.
And she gave them back.
Oh,
Yeah.
good on her.
I got them at the thrift store, and they were in with a bag of buttons.
So
Nice.
she
I
didn't
wonder if
buy
they
the
were real.
She
That's
didn't buy
not
the
a-
earrings.
that's
She
not
bought
a
the
button.
buttons.
So they were mistakenly put in a bag of
I think
buttons.
so. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Probably so they didn't get lost. you know, 'cause
Aiden
they-
said she should have kept them.
He said no. He said I would have kept them. he
Aiden.
doesn't even have his ears pierced.
He's like,
We
I
have a
should've
lot
just
of
kept
work
them.
to do with Aiden. We have to go to confession first and
Yeah. Wah, wah.
foremost.
It's like, listen, I just like those pretty earrings.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
He does want his ear pierced.
Not
Could be a
allowed.
pirate. It's
Dominic, I got something that Gina, I know,
fine.
I was, to help discuss with me here. But so Jillian left us at 11/11 on August the 5th,
Mhm.
which,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Very significant in numbers.
Yeah, so Gina, why don't you,
So 1111 is very much a spiritual number. I'm wearing it on my shirt today. It's an angel number,
Beth has hers too.
and Beth has it on
From Gina.
her necklace that I gave her.
Thank you.
I couldn't not give it to you after knowing this. And Monica actually has a shirt just like this. I just gave it to her in like mauve. But 1111 means that angels are near or watching over you, or they're always close by. And I think that's super significant in Jillian's.
That would have
Story.
been comforting to know at the time,
Yeah.
because to watch your child turn blue in front of you on an operating table is
Yeah.
something that
No matter
you
what
can't
time it is.
forget.
I mean, that
Yeah.
I had to like,
and that's
Take a
wild.
step
We didn't
back
make that shirt.
when I
I
heard
mean,
that.
these are mass produced,
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just numbers are a big thing for a lot of people. There's different meanings for different numbers, but 1111's always been significant in my life. And
I just saw your mama.
oh, she's here. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's so quiet.
Yeah,
she-
so,
she knows.
the thing of it is like, we could do an hour show on what's happened since you and I've met.
Yeah.
Because
longer than that.
I am certain that there's somebody out here, and we all know who it is. You see the lovely girl that's on their shirts, ladies and gentlemen. That's who is looking over us.
Yeah.
That's who's helped create this studio, all of it, 100% of it. And I am without a doubt, I can say that. And I mean, case I'll give them one example. Those chairs they were sitting in somebody helped me purchase them. We ordered them immediately. It was on a Wednesday. FedEx loaded them on a truck Wednesday night. And they were here Friday at 11 a.m. And they came from California.
What?
Yeah.
At 11:11?
So somebody
been-
poked
I
that
think
guy
that's
during
when
his
they were
10-hour
delivered.
break and said, you better get this truck rolling.
Somebody needs these.
And-
rolling.
Yeah, they were delivered here. Jack happened to be home that day, so he helped put them together. And then they were in the studio, and just everything came together, and it wasn't going to.
Yeah, we were in the studio that afternoon. I mean, it
Mhm.
was like
Yeah.
an hour before we got here. The chairs were.
So it's just amazing. There are so many things that I feel a guided hand, and I know who it's coming from.
Yeah.
I do, and without a doubt, she's here watching us and taking care of us on the daily. So
Mhm.
that's a great thing, and I think it has to do with the fact that, she is an angel. She left us at 11:11, and
She's
I
making shit happen.
I have never
She
felt in
knows.
my life so strongly about something than I have Jillian's Love Lives On. Let's talk about that. You guys started Jillian's Love Lives On. We've got a Facebook page out there, folks. I
Thank you
put
for
a
the help.
yeah, I put a link. It's a button actually on my webpage. That goes straight to her official foundation. So
QR code.
if that's easier for you to remember, it's www.lowcountryunscripted.com, and it's right there. You can't miss it. It's on your mobile phones too. So let's talk about Jillian's Love Lives On and where we're going with it and what we got going on.
So that was born out of the idea that something good needs to come from this situation.
Mhm. And it helps support victims of violence.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not any kind of
Not
violence.
domestic violence.
Just violence in general.
Just
particular,
violence in general.
or- yeah.
Because
There's all
Like
different
somebody
kinds.
stalking your daughter.
Yeah.
Violence.
Stalking violence.
Yeah,
especially,
stalking
but-
violence.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one that hits home for us, but violence has
Yeah.
all forms.
Because the families really suffer, when something happens to one of their family members
Mhm.
in such a violent way,
Mhm.
like DJ,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
and the family members really, they need help.
And violence, and
Always.
Ron's right, violence is in all kinds of forms. Violence can be physical. It can be
Yeah.
verbal.
Legal.
Yeah. It's and it's a shame. The people out there that everybody, there's a lot of good people out there, but there's a lot of bad ones mixed in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad eggs. And sometimes it's really hard to sniff them out because the bad eggs are good at what they do. Think about it, folks. They've been a bad egg since the day they were probably born. Okay, so they've had a lot of practice of being a bad egg. That's why we, as good eggs, cannot figure out why the bad eggs smell so bad.
Yeah.
The only thing I can wrap my head around. So this foundation is going to be great.
Mhm.
And I know that we're going to try to push for Jillian's Law through the state. So nobody knows about that yet. But South Carolina is the only state in the nation that will not issue an emergency TRO to a victim of violence that's not a domestic partner, an active domestic partner.
Yeah.
So if it's an ex, you have to have a preponderance of evidence in order to get yourself. So if you want to get a restraining order on your friend, you better have a lot of evidence to hand over to the judge and go, look, this is why I want one.
And
Seems like-
circumstantial evidence doesn't work because
Yeah.
that's what we had. You need video evidence. That's really what they want.
Injuries always work. But I mean, I don't recommend going out there and injuring somebody so you can get a restraining order. But the fact of the matter is that I can't say it would have stopped it,
Right.
but it definitely would have put him on the map. If it wouldn't have happened,
Yeah.
Portland would never have been
And
something we're
court
thinking
would have
about.
been easier if we had to go through the process. Luckily, we didn't. But there are families that have to go through that whole court process, and if
Well,
we
I think the
had that
death
piece of
penalty would have
paper.
been on the table too.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we didn't have the death penalty because it wasn't capital murder because he would have.
Which I can't believe because it was,
committing a
in my
crime
opinion, it
while
was
he was murdering her.
premeditated.
Yeah, but he has
You
to
don't
be.
hire a driver and wear a mask and wear gloves if it's not premeditated.
But I
Mhm.
think you have to be committing another crime while you're killing someone. So, like, if he was robbing her while he murdered her, then it would be
Well,
capital.
he was
He-
trying to kill her son.
Yeah, but he would have had to be committing 2 crimes against Jillian and then it could be capital.
Because his other crime was it federal? I don't know. It was possession of a firearm.
Shooting
During,
a firearm into a moving
into a
vehicle.
moving vehicle, in an occupied vehicle.
That's
I
what it
think
was.
he should have gotten child abuse charges against him just to, help out in prison.
He got
'Cause
the attempted murder for that.
He was abusing Aiden by shooting at him. So
Mhm.
I don't know why that's not child abuse, but
Did he get attempted murder?
yeah, attempted murder for Aiden, murder for Jillian,
And then the firearms
possession
charge.
of a weapon and
Possession,
firing into
possession of a weapon during committing a violent crime or felony,
Yeah,
and then shooting into a vehicle.
yeah.
Yeah, so life plus 50 is what that gets you. That's what the South Carolina State Court says there, Lowcountry, so I highly recommend it out unless you want to spend the rest of your life with four walls and a door. So, and that's about all it is, and that's all he's going to see, thank God.
Probably not for 40 years, though. I don't think it'll last that long.
No, I don't think he will either.
Nah.
That's a hard pill to swallow. It is.
I have a lot of thoughts. I'm just going to keep them to myself because I don't need to make my thought process truly known on public.
Gina, I think if you were in the courtroom that day when the color would have left your face. I would have to call an ambulance. I'm telling you.
As a mother to a young boy, I can tell you right now that I probably would have wanted to become violent.
What held you back, Ron?
Violent
Did you have a tie down around him?
It was
around the bench.
Well, he was next to the wall, and then it was me and Monica and Sydney. So he would have had to climb over a couple of us to get
Because you guys saw him at his bond hearing, and then this would have been the second time you saw him.
We
correct?
saw him at 3 bond hearings. 3, I think.
2.
3, because the first one was just you and I,
I don't remember that.
and that was the one where it was COVID, so no one else could come, but we were allowed to go in. And remember, he was staring us down the whole time.
That was, and then there was only
That was
one
the
more.
initial. The second bond hearing was when his mom came by herself with a friend. And then the third bond hearing, his dad actually showed up for that one. And that was when we had the judge that was the Murdaugh trial judge. And
He was in there?
yeah, he was our judge for the third bond hearing.
Wow.
And he was the one that said, you don't, when it's murder, you don't get bond. So I don't
No,
even
you
know why
don't.
you're here.
The only
Yeah.
reason that we had the second one was because she died. And then it went from
No, the
attempted
third
murder to murder.
Oh,
So the
that's why you
first
guys had all
one-
these bond hearings. I'm like, wait a minute, this is
so
only
the
got
first one was when he was first arrested, and he was just brought to jail, and it was like not the day after,
Yeah,
a few
like-
days after.
Right.
Anyway, so it was just Ron and I, and we were in that little, where the traffic
No,
violation.
we were
people
in the
and
prison. They have that little courtroom.
Yeah, they have
right-
a courtroom attached to the prison.
Yeah, that's
And
the
it's
one.
and they have the plexiglass, so
All
you
of
sit
it.
in the church pews, and
Mhm.
then they are right there, and that's where the drunk drivers go in front of the whatever. So
Yeah, they
that's
marched
the
the chain gang
first-
in.
Yeah, that's the first court, and then the second bond hearing, we
I'm missing
had
that one.
Carmen, I think the female judge, and Carmen Mullen, and I think that was when his mom came, and we had a bunch of people, and they came with us, and we were in there, and he got denied bond. That was because it had to go from the lower court, and it got kicked up to the next one, because the first judge
Oh,
said
now
he
I
wouldn't
remember,
rule
right.
on it. He was going to kick it up to
State court.
circuit court.
Circuit court, yeah. State
No,
court.
not what's after circuit court. The next one, whatever the next one is, I forget.
Oh,
But it was like the lower court said, no, we're going to kick it up to the next court. And then, and we didn't know, was that a good or bad thing? But the police that were there with us, they were like, no, that's a good
That's
thing.
a good
'cause
thing,
that's-
yeah. That's
the
general
That's
sessions.
the general
Yeah.
sessions. That's it. That's the big
Mhm.
boy court. That's where you want it to be heard. And then we went there, and
so nothing got decided there.
then no, not the first one. So then we had to wait. So the second time we went to the bond hearing, it got denied. And then the third one was because she had died, and the charges were upgraded.
Mhm.
So there were 3.
It's like, why
bond
does he even get
hearings.
another shot for bond if it just got worse for him?
Yeah, it's a different
Well,
crime.
Well, he had
so
a new
they
attorney
gotta remain
too,
him on the
because he
crime.
didn't have the public defender the third time. The third
That shouldn't
time
matter.
he had the one that his mom paid for, or his dad.
Well,
paid
we
for,
don't know who
whoever.
paid for
Someone paid for.
And this
his-
was all during COVID, but you guys were allowed to go in there.
well, in the very beginning. Well, it wasn't really a COVID thing, but they were still practicing the COVID protocols at the initial bond court. So that's where all the drunk drivers go and all that kind of stuff. So they weren't allowing people in there, but all the other courts, you could go in without a mask, and there was no.
Well, that
social
courtroom is
distancing.
small,
That one,
and
was
there's a lot of
small.
people there.
Oh yeah.
And then there's
circus.
whoever's in there for violence.
Yeah,
Typically the victim or the victim's advocate or somebody from that family shows up.
yeah. And we had people with us that couldn't come in to the first one, so everyone kind of waited outside. Ron and I were the only ones allowed in. Even his mom wasn't there. So it was just Ron and I.
You mentioned something a
inside.
minute ago that I have I've talked to Ron about it. I think you saw it in the courtroom. But when the judge got up and said, I'm going to go back to my chambers for 10 minutes, did you know it was exactly 10 minutes too? To the second.
Was it
I
really?
looked at my watch and I timed him.
Wow.
Typically they're not on time. That guy was good. He was a good judge.
Yeah.
And John Patrick turned around and stared at me for a good 80%.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah.
He's got some
Straight,
nerve.
straight down the tube.
I think he was trying to figure out who he was.
And I just
Probably.
stared right back at him, and that's what
Like,
I
who's
asked
this
Ron.
weird
I
guy?
said, "Did you see this shit going on?" He says, "Yeah." And I said, "Was it because I was the only person
Don't kick me.
sitting?"
Like, get off my wire.
Get off my
Was
wire.
that? I said, "Is that because I was the only person on that side that he didn't know?" And he, more than likely.
Oh.
He's probably like, who's this strange guy that came to hear my hearing?
You were on our side, right?
Yeah, I was sitting right behind Evan
Mhm.
Okay.
from the packet.
Okay.
Evan wants to interview the family.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Evan.
Yep.
Bring it on.
We have this.
We can. Yeah, we you can interview the family right here. We'll. I don't know. You don't even need to bring your film and set. I'll go ahead and I'll give you guys the footage. So
Yeah, we've all figured out that our way of filming things looks a lot better than even professionals.
it does
Yeah.
now. Thanks to all these guys that stepped up. That's the one
They're
thing we
all
were talking
back
about
studio.
BNI earlier, and that's what it's all about. It's about showing up when it counts the most. It's
Yeah.
about standing up and showing up for people when it counts the most. And you guys have had an exceptional amount of support from the community and from the BNI groups, and that's
Yeah, absolutely.
that is needed. So tell me, I know I've discussed this with Ron, but how do you move forward? What are you going to do, or how are you moving forward?
One day at a time, one step at a time. You know, we move forward a little bit, we move back a little bit. It's just, we just take every day, as best as we can. We had a little bit of drama Friday regarding the evidence.
Yeah,
So
we're working on that.
That was rough.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got some feelers out there for that. So
Thank you for that.
Well, the
No,
foundation
yeah.
is also
yeah, the
a big help.
foundation.
I know
helps.
that's first
It's
on your
very
first on your mind.
positive, yeah. And we got to thank all the people who've donated so far, and 100 women of the Lowcountry.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they were.
Listen.
We had.
They
Foundation
got us
was
off
only-
to a great start.
I think it was only in existence a week. And
Yeah.
thank you, Shelley Elliott, for
Yeah,
bringing it up.
Shelley's
Shelley was right here on
amazing.
the podcast, and she said, "I'm part of this group, 100 Ladies
Yeah.
of the Lowcountry," and Shelley put it out there. They went.
Yeah.
Beth went, and you went and presented,
Yeah,
and then
I
they voted.
joined. I
Mhm.
joined too.
Oh, you
so-
joined too?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah. Cheryl and I, we went together and we both joined.
Yep. And
Cheryl
and-
Fletcher.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yep. And then you guys. So you've got another group that you're networked with, which
Yeah.
they're great people as well.
Yeah.
And the Lowcountry, keep sending in your donations. Like I said, you know where to go. To
Now we're going to be national.
Yeah, and hey, and now it's on. Now it's on the big stage. Another person that's on the big stage that I want to talk about is that beautiful little boy Aiden. How's
Oh,
he doing?
he's-
That puts a smile on Ron's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted to be here.
He's a hoot.
He
He
is.
We're gonna
really
get him.
is.
We're gonna get him on here. So because I know he's really.
He
He's
was in your
itching.
neighborhood yesterday. He had a birthday party.
Oh,
The
was
pool,
he?
Yeah.
Did he say something?
He said, "Are we going to Brian's house?" And I said, "No."
Were they over here
we're-"
at the pool?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No one was there because it had rained.
raining.
And,
Oh, I was
and,
gonna say, yeah, it was raining.
and he had served mass, so we were a little bit late because he served at the 4:00 mass. So we got out of there at like 5:15. So we got over here around 5:30 or so. So it was just the kids for the party and the parents, and no one else was at the pool, which was good because they were noisy and boys.
Noisy 8 and 9 year olds.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But-
So how's Aiden doing? Is he he goes to school?
Yep.
He's in school, and he's
Third.
what grade is he in?
His-
Third grade.
Third.
Third grade.
Wow.
Soccer
Hey, trust me,
starts
it
this
goes
week.
fast. It goes
Oh,
fast.
I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Jack's a senior, so it goes fast.
Jack had a nice time with him.
You guys
when
know
he
this.
was
You got
here.
3 daughters.
Yeah,
Who
he
am I
wants his
kidding?
hair long like Jack's. And he's at Catholic school, so he cannot have long hair. So that's
That's
been,
partially my fault because I
little-
haven't cut it in a while.
All the
I
kids
have to
want
do it
that these
again.
days.
yeah.
We
yeah,
just got haircuts yesterday.
yeah. He's-
Thank you, barbers of the Low Country.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the all the little fads these kids have. I guess we
He
went through
wanted
it.
an ice cream cone haircut. Look
oh
it
my
up.
Gosh, it was
Look up an ice cream cone.
ridiculous.
It's long hair that goes like this and curls up like this around your whole head. Like you stuck a bowl on it and then used a curling iron and curled it.
That's
It
great.
reminded
It's
me of, like Polly
redunculous.
Pocket hair.
Man,
or
how is he going to
something.
do that in the morning?
He's not.
He can't.
He is not.
He'd look like Abraham Lincoln.
That was a hard no. That was definitely a hard no. But he loves his emotional support dog, corn dog, 85-pound
Golden
golden
retriever, yeah.
retriever. He was just laying on him. Corn dog's on the floor. Aiden lays on top of him, puts his feet up,
Yeah,
entirely on top of the dog.
Yeah.
he seems like a real happy kid these days.
Yeah.
He is. No, looking
He
at
has
him,
his
you would never
moments.
know that.
I wouldn't know.
He's
Yeah.
been through it so
He's
much.
got triggers, little
Sure.
things here and there, but the school that he goes to is really great. They've rallied around us and around him, and and our church family. Monsignor Cellini's been amazing, and it's good to have people in your corner who know the story, and you don't have to explain things to them. They get it,
Mhm.
and they're keeping an eye out for him.
Yeah,
all
and
the
it's yet
time.
again just another element that we know that Jillian's looking after
Yeah.
all of us,
Yeah.
and including Aiden, because I don't know. I just think about if I were 6 years old, and I don't know how do you get how I don't know how a kid he's strong. That's all I got to say. You guys are strong. He's strong, and that's the only thing that has gotten you to where you are now.
Yeah.
I think, and
Kids
because
are
he is just
resilient.
such a cool kid. This is the first
Yeah.
thing we said when we left the art show that day. We're like, man, that Aiden is so cool. We gotta have him on the show.
He doesn't dwell on it a lot, but if something triggers him and it brings it up, he'll talk about it. Or, different things like if he hears loud noises, he's afraid of trucks. He's really scared of trucks.
Big trucks like semis or
No,
And
Oh,
pickup
pickup
trucks.
Pickup trucks.
Pickup trucks.
dark pickup trucks.
Dark pickup trucks.
Yeah.
Good.
And even there was somebody on our road the day he had a snow day, and they yelled over to him. They were like, "Hey, kid." And he got terrified. He came running in the house.
No,
and I
they
was
said, "What are you doing, boy?"
something like that.
No.
And I was watching him on the camera because I had COVID, so I was sick in bed, and he just wanted to go out and play in the snow. I don't remember where Ron was working, I think, and it was really scary for him. We called the cops, and they came out. They didn't find.
Well, that was the
anything.
day we built the snowman, but I came back inside.
Yeah.
that's the other thing. I'm gonna get that video from you. Maybe while you're here, you can airdrop it to me.
Oh, okay. The
'Cause-
gunshots.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'll put it in this, and this will be. I know you guys, our time's kind of limited. We've got a bunch of these coming up, so. But I want to say that So Beth has a video from their closed circuit camera system that's on their house. Tell everybody how far away from the house this happened, because the gunshots make it sound like it was within a half mile.
It was definitely less than that as the crow flies. I was
Mhm.
standing in my driveway, and it was, I don't know, maybe an eighth of a mile, if that.
I would
maybe
say it
not
was
even.
not even a football field.
Yeah, I could have seen it if there weren't trees in the
Trees.
way. That's how close it was. And I was
So
just
she just pulled
getting-
out of the driveway.
She had just pulled out. Yep. She came down. We saw in the video, you see Aiden come down, goes around, he gets in the car. He got in on the opposite side where the camera was. Then you see her come down.
Mm-hmm.
She goes over to his side, probably to strap him
To
into
buckle him
the
up.
car seat and buckle him up. And then she goes around to the driver's side. She opens the door. She gets in. She starts backing out. And then she goes down the road. And it was like seconds after
Yeah, it was
she
shortly
pulled out.
after.
And I was in the driveway next door, just getting into the car to go to work. She must have been running late because usually I would pass her on the way home after she dropped him off, and I would pass her. So I was getting in my car, but I was still standing outside of my car, and I heard boom, boom, and then boom, 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 boom. And I thought to myself, that's a very aggressive sound. And I heard hunters before and things like that. It did not sound like a hunter to me. So I called my dad, who was inside the house. I called him from the driveway, and I was like, Dad, I just heard gunshots and it sounded very aggressive. And he's like, I'll go check it out. And he went outside because he thought maybe it came from the marsh, because we do have neighbors and you're allowed to shoot out there, and they'll shoot into the marsh and stuff because you're not going to hit anything. There's nothing
no, they
out
have
there.
a berm. And
Oh yeah, they have a berm and
yeah,
targets and stuff. And then he's like, no, I didn't see anything. I think you're all right. I'm like, okay. So I got in the car and then I started driving down the road, and then I come across her car and I'm like, why is she parked there like that? She's on the wrong side of the road, and I'm trying to, like, in my head, trying to picture like what she's doing there. And then I thought, she must be getting something from the marsh for show and tell for Aiden for school today. Or,
I mean,
like,
she couldn't have been going that fast.
No, she was not going that
Because
fast.
Aiden was uninjured.
Yeah.
yeah. Now when
What did he
she
have any
got
scrapes on him from climbing out the little sliver he did at the
No.
2-inch gap in the window?
I'm surprised though, either, because when he climbed out of the sliver of the window, he fell into the marsh. So she
face
was
first.
Yeah, she was parked on the side of the marsh, so he didn't even fall into the road. He fell further because the marsh is down lower.
Yeah, it goes downhill.
He fell right into the marsh, but he had like mud on it or sand and stuff on his shoes, but he didn't have any scrapes or anything. Like, how did he not get hurt? Like, jumping out of the car, I have no idea how he wasn't hurt in any way.
Adrenaline.
I guess.
Yeah.
So.
And so I say that to say this, and this is the last thing I want to say. So, Aiden, this is how strong this kid is. You guys still live there, correct?
Yeah.
He has to go by there every single day,
At least twice
multiple
a day.
times a day. How long did it take for him to get over that?
6 to 9 months.
Yeah.
He would close his eyes and tell us to drive as fast as we could, and tell him when we got to the other side of the causeway.
And now he's
And there was paint on the roads too from, they
investigation.
And glass from the window shattering out.
yep,
I
and they
I went home that day and I was like, oh, where are we going to live now? Because I'm thinking we can't stay here.
Right.
We got to move.
Right.
We're definitely not staying here. But,
yeah, I mean,
we stayed.
yeah, and I mean, and
well, I said I'm not moving. And then like 3 months before the trial, I'm like, I can't stay here anymore. She's like, I told you I wanted to move, and you
Well,
didn't want to
hey,
move.
and
Now
you-
we're stuck.
the right guy was apprehended because all of the things that were happening in your house now, they're no longer happening. So,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, maybe
No
then-
more pentagrams carved in the.
Wait, that was at your
No.
house?
Yeah, in her
No, that
kitchen
was
cabinets.
her apartment.
Oh, her
Pentagrams
apartment.
in the house, horror on the TV.
But
And-
your
and-
house was, she lived on your
She
property, right?
lived-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was on our property, but it was in her apartment.
Right.
We
on
have
our
the
property.
main house, and then next door
guest
is
house.
it's
It's like a garage with a apartment.
It's a fraud.
It's like where the Foz used to live, or Fonzie used to live
Oh,
in Happy
like
Days.
Foz.
Like
Foz.
Foz.
Like,
The
Yeah,
Foz
it's like
lives in
the
my pants.
Garage. It's not that kind of program, Ron.
Oh, geez.
But
It's
it was
It is.
unscripted.
It's
a
unscripted.
It's unscripted. Nobody
garage
cares.
with an apartment above it, and it was detached from the house, so it was like
Gave
we
her
have a
her own
lagoon
space
in
type
between.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
And-
realize he was coming to your house. I mean, literally. I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy. Well, we're going to hear a lot more about this. We're going to hear more about Aiden. We're going to do, it's going to be a great show. I can't say too much about it because we don't have a lot of commits, but we're going to do a whole series on Jillian's story and the love that she passed on, not only to her parents, to her friends, her family, but this community. And many of you know her from the pharmacy. I'm one of those that I wish I could have met her. I know Gina.
I say it all the time.
Yeah.
'Cause
So,
that's just the type of person I am. I
but
wish I
now
had met her.
I have
Beth
met.
has videos. I can't watch them yet, but
I'd probably be the same way, to be honest. But I will watch them at some point with you
Yeah,
when you're ready.
I feel like I have met her because there's such a strong bond that I have with the two of you right now and the rest of your family that, yeah, it's an incredible feeling. It really is. And Gina and I are so honored to have you guys here and to have you part of our
we're
lives.
honored to be here.
Yeah.
And
And I've told you many times, higher power brought us together for some strange reason.
That's right. So Jillian,
And it's not so
thank
strange
you.
anymore.
Not so strange.
Yeah.
She's your daughter.
That's right. Thank you, Jillian. That's
But
we know it's you.
it was a B&I meeting where we
Very
met.
insistent.
It was, yeah. And
Yep.
so
And God bless the Kirbys.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
yep.
They brought us all together.
They did. That's
Really.
correct. Yeah, they did. And
Yeah. And
and
you're
s-
all part of our healing process.
so we're gonna hear more about this story. You guys can check out the special on law and crime with Angenette Levy, Crime Fix, and get a little bit more details about what we tried to do today was cover a few things that they didn't get covered during Crime Fix. So as a supplement. So hope you guys enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
There's much more to come. We're also going to have Ron back in the studio with Christina Gomez. They're going to come in here and tell you about how they are lighting up the Lowcountry and building the Lowcountry with his two companies, Play Home Technologies and Coastal Lighting Studios. So we also, and that's ask Ron if you ever see him, if you ever meet him out, ask him about his why, and he's going to tell you all about it. So we've got a lot of filming to do. And
Yes,
so,
we do.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can't wait.
And we're going to get it out there to you, Lowcountry, because you've asked for it, so you're going to get it, and you're going to keep getting whatever you ask for. This is something that's been really important to our community, so thank you guys for coming in today.
Maybe the next episode should be your sisters.
Yeah,
love that.
yeah. So we'll do that. And with that, Lowcountry, I'm going to tell you, keep building, keep dreaming, and keep writing your story just like the two right here are in front of you. Okay, so if you do that, Jillian's love will live on. And so with that, we're going to say goodbye, Lowcountry.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Can we make out now? Yeah.